I'm Victoria Jane, and this is GigPigs from the studio, and I'm currently sat with Amber Prothero.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like you're lighting up the studio right now. Like you're glowing, your
Thank
skin's
you.
glowing, your outfit's glowing. Like
Spring is on the way.
yeah,
Thought I'd dress up for you guys.
feeling very fresh. But for people who don't know you or know you but don't know much about you, how would you describe your sound?
So definitely pop soul. I kind of say both because I think I have tracks that are very pop oriented, other tracks that are more kind of soul R&B, but a kind of good blend of the two is where like I'm definitely at my kind of, that's my soul food, you know, in the middle of those two.
And like, how did you first start discovering your sound as an artist and discovering, you know, the artists that inspire you and have inspired you on your journey so far?
Great question. I think, so when I was about 13, 14, I bought a keyboard off eBay.
Oh, did you?
It was in like the YouTube era, so YouTube was massive, you know, learning kind of piano tutorials, all that started becoming big when I was like 12, 13. And when I was a kid, I loved like Taylor Swift, I loved Norah Jones, more kind of Carole King, soulful singers, Corinne Bailey Rae. And then I think that's what, I guess how my kind of pop soul sound has come to be is because I don't just love the Carole Kings and the Corinne Bailey Raes and the Ella Fitzgeralds. I love, you know, Taylor Swift. I love Lady Gaga, who obviously switches between genres pretty much every album. I love that she could do that. And I just kind of love taking lots of different elements from those artists to kind of create Adele. I'm a huge fan of Adele. I just think she's amazing. People love her or hate her, but I think she's...
Do you think?
I think there's a lot of people that kind of see Adele and think maybe she's overrated or... yeah.
To be fair, I can see where that comes from. Out of Adele being a Swiftie or Gaga...
Are you a Swiftie?
No, I'm saying out
me.
of Adele being a Swiftie or Gaga, who would you want to collab with the most or work with?
I think Gaga.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the first songs I learned on the YouTube tutorial was a song called Speechless by Lady Gaga. It's from one of her first albums. And I think she's nuts in an amazing way. And I feel like I'm a bit nuts when people get to know me. People think I'm quite straight-laced at first, but actually, yeah, I'm a bit of a nutter. And I love having fun. And I feel like we'd bring that side out, I feel.
And I feel like your personality comes across in your music though, even if it's you doing a cover.
Yeah.
You can hear you as a person and as an artist, it shines through. But taking it back to when you did buy that keyboard off eBay, what made you actually want to, was your parents influencing you in your musical taste and buying that keyboard? Like, take me back, why did you
I always loved music. My parents aren't musical. They love music themselves, but they, you know, don't sing, kind of don't play any instruments. So I was definitely, I think, influenced by them. Just they had like a massive CD collection and we used to just have music on all the time. So my dad's like a huge Motown lover. I think I've definitely taken some soul elements from his love of Motown and soul music. And I think, I was always performing as a kid. And when I went to school, I thought, I really want to play the guitar. So I started having guitar lessons. That was my first instrument. And I then kind of school, you know what it's like when you're in year 5, year 6, it starts ramping up and they put a lot of pressure on you and you've got your exams and everything. So I kind of took a step back from that. And then when I started, I guess, music always has a way, especially in my life and my career, it always has a way of creeping back in, even if I'm trying to distance myself from it for whatever reason that is. And I really wanted to learn the piano. And so I thought, you know, you could get them off eBay. At that point, you probably could have got it for 50 quid, 100 quid. Like just one of those with the speakers in it, not, you know, nothing kind of, I guess,
too technical.
Probably sounded pretty bad in terms of the sound quality. But yeah, I bought it off eBay, and as I say, it was when YouTube was getting big, so it was so accessible and so easy to learn whatever song you wanted. Regina Spektor, have you ever heard of her?
I have, yeah.
She's a bit quirky and weird, but she has a great voice, and I learnt her songs on piano as well.
Oh my gosh, amazing! It's so interesting to hear that backstory because it's something that not a lot of people would have known how you started out.
Yeah, definitely.
And you've obviously done a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
What have been some of your favourite gigs to date?
I think, so when I first started, I started more like the piano bars. You know, I was earning, again, maybe 50 quid for like 3 45-minute sets. When you think about that, it's
crazy.
like crazy, because that was, just about to turn 27, so I was about 14 when I first started doing that. So that is...
You was gigging at 14?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not maybe once a month in like a local kind of piano, not piano bar, local wine bar.
That's very brave though. I would, that would have taken a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, looking back, obviously you just cringe, don't you? Because looking back, you go, oh my God. You see how far you've come, but I think at the moment in time, I was the best I'd ever been.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you know, I thought, oh, I can sing 45 minutes worth of songs and maybe repeat some in the next sets.
Gosh.
But it was even like a time where they didn't have those apps where you've got like your chords and whatever. It was just like I printed out all my lyrics and I had this little book. It was fun. So I think definitely those experiences have been an integral part of becoming, you know, a songwriter and a musician and having the confidence to do that. I was just explaining before that there was a venue in Manchester called Sonata, which is so sad it's just closed down.
I never got the chance to go.
So it was honestly, and I messaged Dale, the owner, when they closed, and he knew how fond I was of that venue, and it was one of my favourite environments ever to play because it was literally people coming to listen to music, you know, and it was, there was this huge spotlight on kind of focusing on artists and their music and showcasing them, giving them a platform because so many artists are so amazing but just haven't got, you know, promoter contacts or whatever and can't go and do the gigs. And so Sonata was an amazing place to do that, and I think that definitely has been, even if it was to 3 people, the environment was really really amazing. So
it's sad really, like, and it just shows how important venues like that are to artists like yourself and so many other artists and singers and musicians. But that place was somewhere to you.
Yes, definitely.
And I feel like obviously with your gig experience, gigging at such an early age, how have you found it transitioning into doing your own music and writing your own music behind the scenes?
It's definitely something I think doing, you know, when you're performing other people's songs and you start to get really positive reactions and stuff like that, it definitely pushes, at least it pushed me to kind of think, oh my God, how amazing would it be if you had that reaction from a song that you created and a song that perhaps you've written in a time that, you know, was really difficult or was really positive, and so you wanted to capture that song from that experience. But yeah, I think one of my goals this year is to kind of come and do things like this. And, you know, I am quite kind of, I'd say I lack confidence in my playing. My singing is my thing, and I'm very confident about that. But playing and, you know, keys and guitar, like it's not, I wouldn't say it's my strength. And so one of my goals this year is like learning my own songs on the piano and just trying to kind of take away that voice in my head that says like, you're not good enough, you're not good at that, you can't do that, and just, even if it's not perfect and not as good as, you know, wonderful musicians I know in the scene would do, I'm like, come on, I can do it.
You can do it, of course.
I can at least try.
You've had so much experience, and I feel like it's obviously a lot more scarier doing both for your own music as well.
Definitely.
But I feel like you've got the experience, you've got the confidence there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, have you got any gigs coming up that people can look out for?
Do you know what? I haven't, which is really sad. I just had a headline show in Liverpool.
I was going to go into that next.
Yeah, onto it. We can talk about that for sure. But at the Liverpool Arts Bar, which again is like an amazing venue to kind of showcase artists. Yeah, that was brilliant. It was with my kind of my band. I'm really lucky that I get to play with some amazing musicians in Liverpool who just bring the songs. Obviously we did a few covers, but we primarily did my own music, and they are just capable of kind of bringing the songs to life and giving that gorgeous live element, more funky, more in the room feel. And it went down really well. We did like a 65-minute set or something, just crazy. Like full through, and it was amazing. It was honestly it was a really good night. We had some songs filmed.
That's so people can go and check
Definitely they can, yeah.
So for this year, what have you got coming up? Like what can people expect from you?
People can expect some new music. So I'm working on a 10-track album.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm about 6 songs into it.
Okay, progress.
Yes, I'm going to play one of them today. So I'm really excited because it's obviously during lockdown. I know a lot of artists were in the same boat in that they were releasing music and using it as an opportunity to just write. And I did that, and I released a project, a little EP called Confident, and I loved it. But I just feel like I've come on so much since then. I'm sure you feel the same as an artist. You go through phases as in your artist journey of, you know, that little pocket of time. I was really feeling that, and you can see those influences there. And this is very on a different feel and a different track, and I'm excited about that coming out. So
it's going to be nice to hear the contrast between the
definitely.
two
Well, I'm playing something from the Confident EP and something from the new album. So definitely, yeah.
And I want to end on a question that I just ask everyone.
Yes.
What is one thing you couldn't live without being on your rider at a gig?
This is so funny. So recently I've become obsessed with Aperol Spritz.
Oh, right, okay. A new one again. I love this.
I was at my gig. I did a support slot the other night for a pop kind of dance duo called Arco.
I saw that.
They're amazing. And after I'd done my set and, you know, like I'd watched Arco and it was great, and it got to like 9:45 and I was like, I wonder if they do Aperol here. Anyway, went and got an Aperol. It was so good. And I just become obsessed. I can't stop drinking Aperol.
That. Well, to be fair, it's going to be good when summer comes through as
exactly.
well.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. Summer, winter, spring. I'm an Aperol girl. So that would be the one thing on my rider for sure.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for having this chat.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Make sure you check out Amber's From the Studio session.